My name's Dennis Stokes. I'm the CEO of Injalak Art Centre. We're based out of Gumbalunga, which used to be called Owenpelly in the Northern Territory. It's a town of about 1,500 people, and it's quite a pretty place. There's beauty all around.
To get here during the dry season, you have to cross Cales Crossing, which is generally considered the most dangerous road in Australia. It floods around midday every day, and crocodiles come out all across the road to catch fish. During the wet season, it's impossible to pass, so you have to get in via plane.
I think if you're visiting Injalak and Gumbalunga, you're going to be quite surprised. It's vibrant. It's a working community. Have our own abattoirs, butchers, laundromat, schools, daycare. Everybody wants to work here. So I think you'll be really surprised when you come here. The place is just beautiful. Everywhere you look, there's $1 million view. If you have an idea of what an Aboriginal community is in the remote Australia, I think that stereotype's going to be sent out the window, kicked out the window.
We have 4 or 5 tour buses over the course of a day in the dry season. They run a lot of tours up to the Injalak Hill rock art sites. So a lot of our artists also work as tour guides.
The tourist season when they come in, I love talking customer, and for me, I learn from them, especially like from overseas. They always want to come around here. They just want to see the country, how the country, especially like when I say Binning people like us, we Binning, call us Binning people.
Tourists goes up to see a view. Injalak is the name of the rock, so they name it this house. It represents that hill.
Injalak was established gradually over the late 1980s. So it was initially a small screen printing workshop that then expanded into an art centre.
So they had a different place when they was doing a painting, but us, we're doing sewing. So we came all together and make a plan, talk to all elders, was talking elders, man or woman, and they said, well, we have to talk about to make a new big building for Injalak. So we did. Some older elders did.
Communities like this, the school and the art centres are very important. It's here where people get to practice culture regularly. They get opportunities, to really paint and do weaving and just keep occupied, especially as there's not a lot of opportunities in places like this. So it's always full of people just coming in and chatting and stuff, and it just keeps the whole community lively.
We're here now in Injalak doing some things what we want to sell or talk about things like story, dreamtime stories or anything could be.
Song make us happy and proud. And also they have design represent song that we sing, telling story to make song and play. Yeah.
So much happens here during the course of a day. We'll get artists come in who need materials, so we prepare those for the artists. Artists will then come back with their finished works, so we buy that from them. Now during the wet season, we do a lot of trips out in the car to get pandanus for the weavers and barks for the painters. We run screen printing up in the studio kind of on demand, like whenever it's needed.
We do have a beautiful gallery that we sell from during the dry season. Hopefully they'll be open in the wet from now on. That artwork is just jaw-dropping and eye-opening to see. It's just beautiful. It's done traditionally. There's bark paintings. We don't paint on canvas. We paint on paper, arches paper, which we call jura. When you come in, you'll just be blown away by what's out there.
So we'll advance the artist 40% of the retail value, and then at the point of sale, they'll get a further 30%.
We create opportunities for them financially as well, so that, you know, selling their art is one way of keeping their social well-being alive and keeping them well.
So we have to go first. This one we're gonna wash. After that, when we finish this one, we're gonna wash it. Then we come back, other layer.
My grandfather, he was a boss here. Sometimes old people pass away, like pass on to a new generation, and then we do it like family member. That's why we put it out, follow the rules, follow the culture.
Injalak is really known for its screen printing. If you go any arts show, you'll see people in made dresses out of all the Injalak fabrics. It's really something that this community is really good at, and they're at the forefront of it as well. Having that screen room there, it's huge and it's got beautiful views. We're also building next to that the new cafe that we will open in 2026. So we'll be training up young Indigenous youth from this community to work in the cafe as well.
So I sing to you or just about the story?
You can sing, yeah.
Come on, all right. It's about cockatoo, white cockatoo song. It says, ngalayang kuruk kuruk pat, ngalayang kuruk pat. Anamit pala lamit kuruk yapul kuruk pat. That's the song I used to be singing along when I was little.
So there's a lot of weaving, which is done traditionally. Only women can weave. It's collected from the pandanus, so everything in that weaving, there's no synthetics in there. So the colouring comes from the roots of the pandanus. Depending on how wet the root is depending on the colour. So the wetter the root, the darker it is.
My grandmother and my great-grandmother, they taught me how to weave and show me how to dye the colours when we are out in the bush. Then we came here in the community. Yes, we do. We do teach them students, primary students, and young ladies. We show them how to weave, and we talked about the colors, so they can. And then we show them the trees, what yellow or brown, and the right trees and the right roots. We show them how to dig and collect with pandanus.
I see the future of Injalak expanding more into tourism, I think, providing more tourist opportunities and employment and training opportunities for the community, both in the arts and outside of it. The younger generations continuing to learn this skill and also to apply their own interpretations. I think every generation of artists that comes through here does things a little bit different. And I'm very excited to see the future of that.
A lot of tourists come around. We sat here, selling everything. So people, our tourists, it's a lot of questions they ask. We'll explain to them and, oh, come on, excuse me. Anyway, sorry.
To be able to see, in my opinion, some of the greatest artists in this country to work alongside them and assist them, to see people take such pride in this building and to come into work every day happy to participate in this and keep it going is just such an amazing thing to see, and to get to be part of that, I just feel so blessed.
Injalak's over 36 years old. I'm the first Aboriginal person to be the CEO. I don't want that to stop when I go in about 5 years. That's what, I might be here longer, I don't know. But we want to ensure that people here are trained so that they're able to run the art centre themselves. And I think that's really important because it's their culture. Even me, I'm a visitor. I may be Aboriginal, I'm a visitor, but it's their culture, their land and their country.